Hi folks, greetings. Can everyone see and hear me? We are back in it. Back to Fata Morgana. Mostly because I want to explain this next chapter has been my biggest concern in streaming this game because it has such interesting themes, for lack of a better word, without spoiling it for you here. But we are going to do our best. I do have to ask you to forgive me for not reading things. Oh, that's okay. Well, thank you for coming along anyway. You don't have to watch Rizla Mel and the troubles that he gets up to. But if I can sum up what has happened for you, basically, we've moved on from their story. So, I'm sure even if you catch up later, you won't miss out on anything in particular. But, no, we have graduated from the first door, and we're about to meet whoever is behind the second. Destitute Soul, that's us, by the way, if you didn't realize. But, yes. So the gist of what has happened is that misfortune has befallen the Rhodes family, Mel and Nellie and the white-haired girl. And now we have returned to the present, where the mansion is a dark, gloomy mess, and we are with the maid, and she's guiding us around. We're taking a better look at the mansion, which looks as dilapidated and unlivable/unlived in as ever. We are at the cellar. We also passed a mirror and saw nothing in front of it. So, thank you all for joining me today. You guys doing well? Happy North Canterbury anniversary. It's a public holiday today. Hope you all have a happy North Canterbury anniversary. It's good to see you. Shall we get into it? I'm sorry that as of recent, I haven't been very good at greeting you guys individually. And I will make an effort come time. But for some reason I just haven't been very good at doing it. So I'm very sorry. Golly. No, I don't know. At some point I fell out of the habit and it occurred to me. But thank you for coming nonetheless. It is good to see you all. The departed first impression was that it smelled of blood. Oh, wait. Yes, that's... Okay, that's us. That's us. Destitute Soul and the departed. That's all us. We're at the cellar. It's time for another adventure. 1707. Weeping Manor. The mansion sat in ruins in that era. Notch that down a bit. How is the audio? Okay. Okey-doke. Thank you for the bun time. I'm sorry, Stream Elements doesn't have it. The mansion sat in ruins in that era. Not a soul resided within. The grandeur of the house was lost to the ages. It was in perpetual decline. Not a flower grew in the garden. Dust and dirt blackened the plaster. Cobwebs blanketed the corridors. Ivy shrouded the outer walls. It was not a pleasant sight. As hard as I tried to fight it, I could not stop the mansion's descent into disrepair. The depth of the previous owner's grief, or perhaps despair, was far too much. After the beautiful flaxen-haired family, people stayed away from the mansion. They had no heirs, so their bloodline simply vanished into the depths of history. It had been about 50 years since the house last had a resident. The forlorn property appeared as though it had been abandoned for centuries, and the occasional villager who stumbled upon it did not remain there for more than a day. My time there was rather solitary. That was perhaps the loneliest time of my life. Everyone who visited the mansion feared it, and it was left without anyone to become its master. It's like, well, I even came to believe that my time serving as a maid would come to an end in this era. However, one day, I noticed something out of the ordinary. As a servant of the house, I am almost immediately aware of any new presence within its walls. And there appeared to be someone downstairs. Can you imagine just how delighted I was? Though part of me was anxious about what kind of person I might find, the possibility that it could be you had my heart aflutter. So, resisting the urge to rush, I headed for the basement. The cellar was where red wine, smoked meat, and other preserved foods were kept. By that point, the wine was practically antique. As I had expected, a man had made his way into the cellar. Is anyone there? Although I am unsure if referring to him as a man is entirely accurate. Okay. I need some help in deciding what to say when this comes up. Because I don't know exactly how I should narrate this aside from the garbled, censored line. I know what this should more or less come out to. Mostly because, as you know, I've read this, but it's honestly it's neither. But you know, I want to come up with some kind of alternative that I can say in place of XXXXXXX, because that's definitely not what he's saying. Yabe. Sorry, this is definitely a point of contention within chapter 2. Is the parts that literally can't be read. Part of me wants to say something else, but in fear of ruining the mood of this chapter, which is very dark and grim, as is the rest of the story. You know, if I just said something bun every time this comes up. But the point is that what he's saying here doesn't matter. it the more vital, you know, the more vital part of this being part of this chapter is that we can't understand him, which is greatly indicative of his nature. But maybe just mumble, no, oh, disaster. I'll just say I'll just say every time this comes up. It's not going to be great, because you're gonna have to imagine in your mind the garbled, can't understand, but oh my, this is quite something. Oh, I don't know. I'm so tempted to just grr in this place. It's just grr every time. I've been thinking about ways that I could translate this without destroying the integrity of this chapter. Have you guys seen Chikawa? I feel like my desire is to Usagi language his his censored path and just come out with like noises. Very tempting. Obviously that's not what he's saying, but at the risk of yahaing through his text, I might just skip it. Yabe. Milady! Yaha! Anyway. The very first thing I sensed was an almost unbearable stench. The odor emanated from the man, heightened by the food he had carelessly rummaged through. Blood-red liquid spilled from wine barrels, soaking the floor. His sunken eyes had a piercing, wolf-like glimmer in them. His teeth were sharp and yellowed, visible as he ripped into a chunk of meat. He grumbled in a seemingly inhuman tongue. Ah, my beloved, Fata Morgana is terrifying, but if I like make noise through the beast's chatter, I will destroy it for everyone who is here. Like, needlessly so. Every time. Literal Usagi language. It might be even more scary if I just yaha'd through them, but there is no good solution for me. Apologies, everyone. I was looking at a beast, or perhaps a half-beast. There was another source of odor in the room, though. It had something of a kind of metallic tinge to it, and when I noticed this, I nearly passed out. The red liquid was not just wine as I had assumed. The beast had, I presume, stolen a weapon from the village. A sword far too nice for him lay on the floor by his side. I could hardly imagine how many people's lives he had taken with that blade. It was visibly wet with blood, even in the darkness of the cellar, but at the same time it had an imposing gleam. The fine, luscious aroma of the wine could not mask the stench of blood and the beast. Holding my breath, I took a few moments to ponder. Ponder what? Of Master, you know. Tell me, were you summoned here by the mansion? Did you come here knowing what kind of place it is? Okay, look, if the game had a sound effect for his speech that wasn't like a chipmunk. I feel like I wouldn't have to say anything at all, but it doesn't work. Doesn't work. If you are in want of money, you're welcome to help yourself to some of the furniture. And I imagine the villagers would be willing to welcome you if you dressed yourself up a bit more like a person. Then you can trade the furniture for food and make your way to a larger town. The wolf was able to fool the innocent little girl simply by putting on clothing after all. Yahas! Yaha! I can't even do a good yaha. I need to be a bit more insane to do the yahas. Oh dear, I was afraid you wouldn't understand me. What am I to do? I was in quite the predicament. Nevertheless, it meant a great deal to me then that I had found someone who did not fear the mansion, be they human or beast. So, I decided I should give him my assistance, while doing my best not to agitate him. Say, could you, perchance, be my new master? Invited it into your house. The mansion sat near the ocean. To say it was perched upon a cliff might make it sound rather intimidating, but you could see the beautifully clear sea through the windows, a glittering expanse of emerald and turquoise. If the mansion had been in proper condition, it would have been breathtaking against that backdrop. I even wanted to plant orange trees in the garden. Though it was a tumultuous era, the sun still shone bright upon the land, which only served to emphasize the house's unsightliness. Oh yes, perhaps I should give you some more background information. At that period in time, a war had just drawn to a close. The once gorgeous wetlands were infested with crows picking at decaying remains. Bodies of soldiers fallen in battle continually washed up on the shores of coastal villages. The people wanted nothing more than for the curtain to draw on that deeply political contest. And when it finally did, the kingdom, with its richly fertile shores, was stripped of its independence, beginning a new era under a new rule. The people were exhausted, their spirits wasted away, and the splendor of the ocean and sky did nothing to help. In my mind, the beast was emblematic of the times, emaciated and enveloped in the scent of blood. But the war came to an end. Thus, the beast did not have to remain a beast, I thought. Did he? And so I endeavored to make the beast more human-like. First, I needed to do something about his appearance. I would draw a bath, scrub away all the filth, and dress him in clothing left in the mansion. However, having sat unused for 50 years, the majority of garments had been devoured by insects and were of little use. So I searched the mansion top to bottom for anything the beast could wear, heated up some coals, and set to work ironing what I had found. At the time, steam irons had not yet been invented. We used plates of iron heated with coals. They somewhat resembled kettles. I even prepared meals for the beast, in order to teach him proper table manners. Although with the mansion in a nearly uninhabitable state of disarray, there was only so much I could do in the kitchen, and the only supplies I had to work with were what was left in the cellar. As such, I was not able to put to use the cooking skills I had learned in the flaxen-haired family's time. No, you mustn't eat with your hands. Do you want to get your fingers and face dirty? You eat using a knife and fork. See? Like this. I feel like I am teaching a young child. Well, that's more like it. Oh my, what are you holding your head for? Oh dear. Perhaps I should be teaching you to speak before table manners. Worry not. We have plenty of time. You needn't act so frightened. Or perhaps you do not want to be understood at all? Would you be so kind as to tell me your name? You are for now still a guest. It is too soon for me to call you master. Or am I mistaken? Your name, that is, what people call you. How about I start by telling you my name? I am called... Here we go. Just thinking about how to say this. Bestia? Beastia? Bestia? Maybe Bestia? Bestia? Your name is Bestia? I see. Then, that is what I shall call you, Bestia. My, you seem to be rather perplexed as to how I was still alive. He had, in fact, attempted to cause me harm. However, I am a servant of the house. The beast called himself Bestia. It is a curious thing. When I learned his name, he seemed to take on new importance in my mind. He was not a mere beast, but the thing called Bestia, Master. Should I ever have the chance to hear your name, I am certain you too shall become more substantial a presence. But you must always remember, Master, that even if you do not remember your name, and even if you never know mine, you have always held a special place in my heart. And thus began my tranquil days with Bestia. Slowly, he began to learn the human tongue, and I was, to be quite honest, rather thrilled. To be certain, I was afraid of the beast, but my fear was not so strong as my elation that there was someone else in the mansion, someone to whom I could speak, and someone that might become my master. Come now, you must pull weeds out at the roots or they will soon grow back. This is a task that requires perseverance. You do it like this. See? There you go. Grass. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, his text, it drives me nuts. Oh, did you not expect that? What appears to be many plants on the surface is actually all connected within the soil. Don't Kusami. This is a task that requires a man's strength. I'm like pinching my temples, trying to read for this character. Yave. This is like the one chapter I don't want to read. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. He gives me such strife. He has a wonderful voice in the cast. He's voiced by someone who is great, and I'm sure can do this without issue. But hello, good to see you. I'm sorry. I'm continually breaking character to lament about how much I struggle with the beast. We can't even see him. We don't know what he's saying. And even when he does say something, he spells it out for some reason. It's horrendous. I'm sure he just said grass at the pace of a turtle, but you know, never mind. Just I'll make do. If there were other servants, they could do it. So I apologize for making you tend to the garden, future master. Or perhaps, now that you're all dressed up, do you wish to leave the mansion and find someone to fool, as the wolf did the sweet little girl? Have you no interest in remaining in such a disheveled house? Go on.
Not want. Leave.
Oh my, is that so? If you wish to stay, then I shall not stop you. On the contrary, I will gladly attend to you. I am waiting for the person who is to become my master. Forever waiting. Thank you for the flower eyes, Redeem. I mean, you can hardly see them at this range, but... okay. I don't... Oh, I'm sorry, was that the skip button? Well, now you know, I have gotten lost in the... I'm sorry, guys. Well, now you know my flower eyes are attached to the same button as skip. I probably won't be turning them off. I'm glad you like them. Thanks for liking them. Can you see them from here? My apologies. The first half hour of this stream has been a mighty mess. I do apologize. I should be able to watch over you until the day you depart this world, old and wrinkled. Do you not believe me? Are you interested in becoming the master of this house?
Oh, well,
I have to wonder if you know what you are saying, for it matters little whether you do or not. Oh my, look at that. Now this brings back memories. This is called a rose. Do you know what a rose is? It is a type of flower.
Should not. No.
I see. Then, allow me to teach you. Thank you for the bun drink water, Redeem. Okay, I'll drink. I'll drink. Thanks. What you have here is not a real rose. The real roses wilted and are sleeping in the soil. This is called an accessory. It is something women wear. The beast held an ornamental white rose in his hands, an object someone, sometime, meant to give to someone else. Curiously, the white rose was just as stunning as it had been the day it was made, despite being buried in the earth for so many years. I hear roses make wonderful gifts. He stared intently at the decorative rose. I had presumed the beast would either discard it disinterestedly or destroy it, but much to my surprise, Bestia held it gently in his hands as though it was something precious to him. Are you, perchance, considering giving it to me? So you are not? Very well. Is there someone else you would like to give it to? In that moment, a thought floated through my mind. The thing I had found in a pool of blood in the cellar was a monstrous creature indeed. But perhaps that was not, at his core, what he truly was. So I asked him a question. What is it that you desire, Bestia? This mansion fulfills people's desires. If you yearn for something,
Live. Peace.
look at that filthy thing. Beast! It's a beast! It's eating goddamn sand. You really that hungry? Beast, you foul creature! Stay the hell back! Get any closer. Filthy beast! I'll kill you. Several days passed by. As Bestia began to act more like a person, the mansion followed suit, slowly becoming more habitable, though not yet back to its former glory. No flowers grew in the garden, but neither were there weeds infesting it. The dusty corridors, shattered windows, rust-covered kitchen gradually returned to their proper states. Bestia learned how to change his own clothes and how to draw a bath. No longer did I have to wait on him hand and foot. He could take care of a number of things all by himself. What we lacked for food, he acquired from the forest. Never did he go to purchase supplies from the village. Rather, he captured hares and gathered herbs hidden in the overgrowth. They were days without incident, and though such a life may be one for excitement, peace is something that you mustn't take for granted. Those who have it cast it aside, finding the leisurely flow of time dull. Only those who have never experienced it truly know how precious it is. Bestia appeared to be content. He wore an expression of solitary serenity. Someone! Is anyone there? And then one day, a crack formed in the uneventful tranquility. Is anyone there? Could you part with some food? I don't need much. Some food and water. Just a little. That's all I need. Bestia looked over at me as if seeking my aid. Ironic, no? It was the visitor who was truly in need of aid. I pondered it for a few moments, deciding that I could not simply turn away someone calling upon the mansion. Had Bestia ordered me not to let him in, I would have followed his instructions, but he said nothing. Oh, thank God. Someone's here. I was afraid it was deserted. You said you were in need of sustenance? Yes. It doesn't have to be much. Anything to quench this thirst. I got lost and it's been several days. Give me a few minutes. I will find... Let him in. A firm, deep voice came from behind me. Lower? I was quite startled. When had the beast learned to act so much like a human? When had he learned to speak so clearly and to behave so much like a master? Upon seeing Bestia, a look of terror appeared to cross the wanderer's face for a moment. To my eyes, Bestia was the very image of a head of house, but to an outsider, he probably appeared to be nothing more than a beast in man's clothing.
Prepare him a meal and a bed. I suspect he is quite tired.
Thank you very much. But in time, the fear drained from the man's face. Bestia sat precariously on the border between man and beast. Though he still had his doubts, the Wanderer revised his first impression, deciding Bestia was human. As the wolf had fooled the little girl in the forest, he too had succeeded in playing the role of a man.
I thought I was a goner for a while there, but you really came to the rescue. And a meal like this on top of that. You really didn't have to. Though I guess that's not an appropriate thing to say as I'm eating. What kind of meat is this? Yeah. It's damn tender for rabbit. And here I thought it was beef. You have quite the skilled chef. Oh, is she the one who cooked this? Is she your wife?
Oh, no. I am merely a servant.
A female servant? Don't see that very often. This mansion's just full of surprises. I can hardly believe it. Lost for days, and as soon as I think I'm dead, there it is. Thinking back on it now, it's miraculous. But why are you two living alone in a house on the cliff? Oh, I beg your pardon, asking so many questions without telling you about myself. My apologies, just a little too excited to finally see other people. I am a merchant. I do international trade. Until a few years back, spice exports pretty much all came from one place. But now that we've established trade routes of our own, my country's fighting tooth and nail to push its exports. And in fact, some have lost a few teeth in the fight already. But that's just how it works.
Welcome. I do have to put it out there that I like this chapter. I do like this chapter a lot. But I've been complaining about it since the beginning of the stream, merely because it's hard to read. That is the only reason why I am so head clutch over this chapter. Is not that the chapter is bad, but merely that I don't have the skill and the voice to pull off a reading of it.
It's a cutthroat world. You do what you must do to survive.
That's just how it works, the merchant said, a sorrowful look on his face. He was quite clearly putting on a show, though. Confidence in himself and his homeland radiated from that man.
I came to this land to do business, but much to my chagrin, I somehow ended up lost in the forest. Had I wandered around for much longer, I'd have lost the chance to ever see my beloved again. Your beloved? Yes, I'm constantly out on business, so we only get to see each other a few times a year, but she always waits for my return. I'd like to introduce you to her if I ever get the chance. She's a pretty girl, if not especially striking. Is that so?
The merchant was a man of many words, and I for one do not mind a lively supper table. Though I know not how Bestia felt, at the very least, I was glad we had invited the Wanderer into the mansion. He was, after all, holding a proper conversation with someone, and he seemed to be having success concealing his piercing, beast-like gaze. However...
Oh, right. I stopped by the village before entering the forest, and I heard a bone-chilling tale there.
As soon as the merchant brought up the subject, a palpable tension spread through the room.
They say there have been sightings of a beast. It's a creature unlike anything anyone's seen before. Not a wolf or a bear or anything like that. It even attacked the village once, killing several people. Thankfully, the men managed to drive it out. But the creature is still alive. There's nothing in this world scarier than a vicious beast. So, you should keep an eye out. Wouldn't want to accidentally let a murderous beast into your home. At the village's insistence, I had the smithy forge me a knife. Is that knife? With you now? Well, yeah, I've got it on me. Only good to defend myself with, but it's better than that knife. You brought that knife. You're here to kill me with that knife. You're going to stab me again and again with that knife like they did last time. That's why you're here, isn't it? What are you talking about? What's gotten into you? Stab and stab and stab. Calm down. What are you so worried about? I'm not going to hurt you with this. What did you just say?
I like to imagine that before the wolf ate the poor little girl, he said, "Is this what I always look like?"
Beast! What's your problem? What's wrong? Walk like a human. Me? Stop! Stay back! Get any closer and I'll stab you to death! Act like you and me just realized I'm a beast. That's right! I'm a beast. I killed them. Stay back! And I'll do the same to you. Javier!
In his hand, Bestia held his sword. Perhaps it had been hidden under the table, or maybe behind his chair. Regardless, it was as though he expected this to happen. The merchant kicked aside a chair, attempting to flee, but Bestia closed the distance in an instant, knocking him back. He lost his balance and slammed against the wall, but still he made to escape, while the beast stood, blocking his path.
No. Please stop this. Don't kill me. My beloved is waiting for me back home. I can't leave her behind. And why should I care?
Can't scream like that in the house, but maybe someday I might. A dreadful scream echoed through the dining room. I reflexively covered my ear.
Please help. Someone. Anyone. No one's going to come for you. This mansion's a long way from town. That woman. Where did she? Why isn't she here? She was just... You'll kill me if I don't kill you, and so I must show you that I will. I must show you that I'm serious. I must kill you or you won't understand. You just won't understand. If I don't show you firsthand, you won't understand. I'll make you understand. I'll make your flesh and bones understand. I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
Noise.
Monster. That's right. I am a beast.
I'll do you guys a favor by not putting this to audio. Greetings. I can't do this chapter any justice. If anything, I would almost have wanted to skip it, but we have beastly maniacal laughter for you there. They had been enjoying a peaceful meal around the table together just minutes earlier. So, what had triggered this? No bun laugh, because Bestia's laughter there is actually automated. I didn't have to click anything. Well, if you want maniacal laughter, you can listen to last time's stream. I did do a tiny snippet of maniacal laughter for you there. I would do it here, but as you guys know, I'm a little nerfed by the circumstances. You can hear the sirens outside my outside my house, so I'm not exactly insulated sound-wise. I also don't want the neighbors to call me up concerned, but maybe someday I'll have a booth in which I can yell and shout and be extra crazy and just for you guys. If I were to guess, the merchant saying the word knife is what caused the beast to snap. A simple, small thing set him off. I could not comprehend it. Bestia, who had said he wished for peace, was staring down at the ravaged corpse of the merchant, with a look of ecstasy on his face. Master, can you understand how he felt? Even just a little? Did he not yearn for peace, but for slaughter? So sorry, everyone. So sorry for this reading. Just have my apologies. Alright, that does it for today's shopping. And now the moment we've all been waiting for, snack time. There's nothing better than having a ham sandwich in the park. Oh dear, maybe I should lower my voice when I'm talking to myself. But it's just so nice out, I can't help myself. Does the weather have anything to do with talking to oneself? Not important. Food. If he were here, it would taste even better. I wonder when I'll get to see him next. Pauline, there you are. Oh dear, what's got you so frazzled, Mom? Oh, Pauline. What is it? Did something happen? What's the matter, Mom? This isn't like you, Mom. It's not like you at all. Tell me, what happened?
I told you to stay away from men who trade.
Huh?
Oh, Pauline, my dear daughter. Why must God be so cruel to such a sweet girl?
You're hurting me, Mom. Don't squeeze so tight. What's gotten into you?
Listen carefully, Pauline. You must be calm and hear me out. Understood? Your beloved, the beloved man you wait for, is dead.
The beast's humanity began slipping away from him after that encounter. He had returned to the thing I had found in the cellar. Actually, he prowled the mansion's halls, looking more barbaric than ever. Despite all the effort he had put into learning to act like a human, he now ripped the velvet curtains off the wall, howling shrilly, stomping back and forth through the hallways, and ravaging the garden. Thank you for the vengeance, Quadrudi. I watched him intently, though from a distance. Bestia was not merely a beast, but an out-of-control, bloodthirsty beast. Just a few days ago, we had been tending the garden together, but that was no longer possible. I was quite disappointed. Eventually, Bestia discovered my hiding place. I had not felt regret in a very long time, but I felt deep regret in that moment.
More. Don't have enough. Not enough. I need more. I need more. I must satisfy these urges.
Are you saying peace was not enough to sate you? Did I mishear you when you asked for peace?
I was mistaken. Asking for peace won't solve anything. Blood, despair, eyes filled with terror. These are the things I need. And I've always known it. You said this mansion fulfills people's desires, then give me prey. No more hares. Live humans.
Why did I ever teach him to speak human language? Before long, the mansion granted his wish. Once a week, a villager or a traveling merchant from somewhere would wander into the forest, ending up at the mansion on the cliff. Though something felt suspicious about the man who greeted them at the door, on the surface, he looked like a proper nobleman, so they all eventually chose to trust Bestia. The mansion had an air of loneliness about it, but it was adequate to provide rest for their weary feet. There was food and a bed, and most comforting of all, there were other people. The lord of the house treated the lost souls like esteemed guests. He poured them fine wine and had me cook for them. No one suspected in the slightest that he was a beast. He put on a reasonably convincing act, because, yes, I had taught him how to behave like a master. the visitors all went to bed contented. But, as I am sure you can imagine, Master, they would never see the light of day again. The penetratingly bright sunlight, particular to this area.
Beast. It's a beast. Disgusting creature. You hideous monster. Kill him.
If that's how you humans want to do things, then I'll play your little game. I'll play it even better than you. I'll kill you. I'll slaughter you.
Garish. I wonder if this needs to be censored. There's still things coming, but I'll just... We'll just leave it here. There will be images of murder, so please look away.
That's it. Cry for me. Beg for your life. Pray for my mercy. Weep and struggle and suffer and die. No one understands. No one can possibly understand my despair. What did I ever do? Was it just because I'm a beast? When did I become a beast? Why do beasts have to die? Beasts are savage and so they must die. I'm a beast. Therefore I'm savage. In which case, I'll kill them. I'll show them what makes a beast so terrifying.
Moonlight crept through the torn velvet curtains, shining down upon the blood-soaked beast. It was a sight that would incite terror in anyone.
Look at this. No one can stand up to me. Humans have no chance against beasts.
We'll leave it at that.
More. I need more. Give me more prey.
The mansion continued to sate the beast's mented craving, sending not one but multiple villagers into his pool, into these blood-stained walls, of which echoed his monstrous howls.
Stop, please. I'm begging you, please spare me. Oh God.
Sorry. I am not familiar with your god. Beasts have no need of gods.
I have a wife and son back at the village. Please, let me return to them.
Why don't you bring them back to me?
I'll send them to the same place you're going. I am with child. Please, let me go.
Are you now? In that case, I'll kill the baby first.
You damned monster.
That's right. I'm a monster. And by killing, no one can defy me. I have to show the world that beasts are the most frightening things on this earth.
The beast began to change his style, making sick banquets out of his kills. Some days, he would tie his guests up in the cellar, playing with them for hours until they finally died. Some days, he would drain them of their blood. and bathe in it. Some days, he would spread them out on the table and feast upon them. Every week, another atrocious party. He did everything imaginable. As a faithful servant of this house, I am confident I can do most anything I am asked. Though you can surely imagine my surprise at having to use the cooking skills I learned while serving the Flaxenhead family to do that. I can only wonder if it actually tasted any good. Bestia's peculiar sword was always with him for his twisted banquets of self-gratification. However much blood stained it never lost its sheen. It was as though the sword drank of the flesh of humans. Master, can you imagine just how wretched I felt? The mansion, once a beautiful sight to behold, reeked of death and acrimony. The stench of rotting flesh seeped up from the cellar. Even the years it spent forsaken and in ruins were preferable to that. Perhaps I had only myself to blame. It was I who invited the beast into the mansion.
More. Not enough. This isn't enough to satisfy me.
But Bestia still sought to hold more of his perverse parties. Lost villagers were no longer enough to quell his urges. He was indeed a genuine beast. And in time, this is what he began to wish for.
Can't you get me any better prey? Something truly exquisite. The perfect prey to quench this maddening thirst of mine.
Do you know what he meant when he asked for the perfect prey, Master? Perhaps a hero? Someone courageous enough to stand up to him, with whom he could enjoy a battle to the death. Perhaps a dazzling young nymph to satisfy his other primal urges. Or perhaps what he wanted was not human at all, but demon or a phantom. I would soon find out, as the mansion attempted to grant his wish, bringing yet another guest to the house on the cliff. If the devil guides us, if God guides us, then perhaps I could accept that this was fate. Then it makes sense that I am here. Is anyone there? I've lost my way. Would you please be so kind as to spare me a little food?
There it is. There comes the poor little offering. They never learn. They just keep coming again and again. The mansion keeps granting my wish. I would be glad to provide you some food. And you are welcome to stay the night. Get some rest. I will have a room prepared.
Then, I suppose I shall take you up on your generosity. I have been wondering for a very, very long time. What was that, Master? Can you recognize her? I imagine you would. That white hair, those red eyes, skin the color of freshly fallen snow, and that flawlessly beautiful visage. You could not possibly mistake her for anyone else. And no, it is not someone who happens to resemble her. I can understand why you would be surprised, Master. At first, I could hardly believe my own eyes. The wanderer knocking on the door that day was the very same fair-skinned young woman who visited the mansion so many years earlier. The white-haired girl must have spent many a night in the forest. Her crystalline skin was covered in red scratches from where she had brushed against stray branches and tree bark. She had even lost her shoes and was standing there barefooted, looking quite disheartened. But that did not make her any less beautiful. In fact, you could just imagine the dense forest canopy parting to allow the sun to shine down upon her. The beast appeared surprised by her angelic beauty as well. It seemed as though all the madness drained from him in that moment. He said nothing, but his eyes told all. He was entranced by the sight of her ruby-red irises and her pure white hair. Pardon?
I am a beast. This is what I asked for. Something to quench my thirst. You're allowed to be happy.
But as I said, it was only for a moment.
So rejoice. Imagine just how gratifying it will be to see such a beautiful woman writhing in the throes of death. Follow me. I will have a bath drawn as well.
And once the moment had passed, the beast was barely able to contain the wellspring of madness within himself. He wanted nothing more than to run his sword through the white-haired girl that very instant, to torture her, to defile her. He tended to her wounds, served her supper, and drew a bath for her. And afterwards, the beast even made to provide her with a dress to wear. Even the outfit she had only worn for one night so many years before was there, waiting for someone to put it on again. For her to put it on again. He said she could choose anything she liked. She, being such a modest young woman, said she needed not of such fine attire. And what a shame that was. I too wished to see her in a dress once more. I need not such fine clothing.
You needn't be modest.
No, that's not why.
Are they not to your liking, then?
No, I just... My apologies. You are very generous.
Foolish girl. Smiling, calling me generous. I was simply imagining what a pretty sight it would be. The sight of her fresh blood splattered on it. The sight of her life slipping away in it.
I am glad that, after wandering around for so long, I ended up here in this mansion.
And in a few hours you'll be feeling the exact opposite. Get all the rest you need. I shall see you again in the morning.
I thank you. Vestia then made his way out the girl's bedchamber. His mask came crumbling off after only taking a few steps.
There. That's precisely what I wanted. Just imagining how such a beautiful woman will scream how she'll beg for her life. Hey. Hey, are you there? The mansion has given me the perfect offering. Hey! Is she not here?
Is someone there? Yes, I came by to ask if there was anything you needed. I cannot offer you anything extravagant, not like before, but I am here to provide you with anything in my capacity. I appreciate the offer, but I need nothing. Being allowed to stay the night is more than enough. Do you work here in the mansion? Yes, indeed I do. I have been here for a very, very long time. A very long time. You might think this is an odd question, but have we met before? Something about you seems familiar. And I get the feeling I have been in this mansion before. Yes, we have met. It was quite some time ago, though. When was it? It was an unimaginably long time ago. Do you remember a boy and girl with flaxen hair? Flaxen hair? I apologize. My memory fails me. Do you not remember me either? I see. You should probably not push yourself to remember then. There were joyous times, and there were less than joyous times. But would you be so kind as to answer one question? What might your name be? My name is... I see. So you are again. Again? You should get some rest. I will make tea for you in the morning. Also, go on, close your eyes. But Bestia never waited for morning to come. With his sword that smelled of blood hanging from his hip, the beast slowly, ever so slowly, crept toward the room where the white-haired girl slept. The time was soon approaching for the bloodthirsty beast to paint the walls with the young woman's blood, to turn her bedchamber into a gore-splattered altar, upon which he would offer her to the devil. However, when he opened the door, the beast could hardly believe his eyes. She was not asleep, but sitting there as if expecting Bestia's arrival.
Why are you awake? Did you not go to sleep?
I heard footsteps, so I...
And what were you planning to do when I got here? Surely you didn't think we'd simply have a nice midnight chat.
I was hoping to ask what it was that you wanted.
To ask what it was I wanted? Do you even realize what you are saying? Can you not see what's in my hand? You know exactly what I came here to do. Aren't you going to beg? Aren't you going to plead for your life? Aren't you going to ask me not to kill you?
If it's necessary. But is that what you want?
What I want is something much more gratifying than your pleas. I want to hold a banquet. Not enough. No matter what I do, it's not enough. But you will be enough to satisfy me. To quench this unholy thirst. To completely, wholly, fill me to the bursting point. To know what I desire. I desire to devour you.
Bestia shoved the girl back, slamming her into the mattress. He then stabbed his sword through the sheets beside her, looking down upon the girl, the moonlight at his back. Clenching her slender throat with one hand, he drew his sword once more, holding the tip but inches from her nose. No matter how much blood it drank, the sword continued to shine gloriously, as though it had just come from the forge. It was an awe-inspiring, tear-shedding blade, the sight of which would cause anyone to imagine the misfortune about to befall them.
Go on, mock me. Ridicule the hideous, barbaric beast standing before you. From the moment you saw me, you thought me unsettling. No. You averted your eyes. Because I had food for you. Because I gave you a place to rest. You pretended not to notice the beast. This is retribution. This is retribution. Retribution for you damned humans. So beg for your life like they all do. Cry. Plead for mercy.
If you say that you are ugly, then I must be equally ugly.
But
what came from the girl's mouth was neither a plea nor an insult, nor a scream. Full-grown men had wept before him, and yet the slight young woman did not. Despite this terrifying beast being upon her, moments away from extinguishing her life, even I almost shrieked in fright. Bestia could believe neither his eyes nor his ears.
do you not fear me? You not see what I'm about to do to you?
What am I to be afraid of?
I'm threatening to murder you. To rip your intestines out with these claws and watch you die in agony. I enjoy it more than anything in the world. Filling others' hearts with fear. The more lives I take, the more I enjoy it. I'm a beast, driven by madness.
What he expected was for the beautiful girl before him to desperately implore him for mercy. He wanted nothing more than to see despair seep into every corner of her red eyes. He believed that it would be a truly sublime moment, euphoria unlike anything he had experienced before. Bestia prodded her with his singular sword, poking a slit in skin smoother than silk. You mean to take mercy on me, because you see me as pitiful. But she did not do as the beast wished. She looked up at him with sympathy rather than fear. This rattled the beast. He had never once seen anyone respond to him that way.
What possessed you to say that? What on earth is going through your head? Mercy. Mercy! Do you not comprehend the situation? How can you be so calm? Scream, cry and shout. Beg for me to spare you. Throw yourself at my feet. Throw yourself at my feet. Otherwise, I'm a beast. Beast that never tires of killing.
To me, you appear to be a person.
You're lying.
You listen to the things I say, and you respond with your own words.
I was taught how to speak. I'm a beast who speaks human language.
But you think. You use your mind to come up with responses. And you hesitate.
If I'm human, then why do they disparage me so? Why do they reject me and try to kill me? Because I'm a beast. A repulsive beast. That's why, isn't it?
I will do nothing to hurt you. We are alike.
Alike? Don't be ridiculous. How can you say we're alike when you're as beautiful as you are?
There is nothing beautiful about me. What value does outward appearance have? You have suffered much persecution, which is why you tremble in fear.
I am not trembling. I am not afraid.
I can hear the cries of your heart.
What on earth is wrong with you? Why are you not afraid? Why do you not scream in terror?
I am afraid, but more than fear, I feel like I know now what my role is.
Your role?
If you will have me, then I would like to remain here in the mansion.
Are you mad? I will eventually kill you, torture you, put you through hell, make you wish you were never born.
That does not change my mind. Please, allow me to stay. I find it very hard to believe that what you want deep down is to hurt people, and I get the feeling that I am meant to be here, that it is my role. Bestia was at a loss. He was perhaps afraid of this girl who did not fear him, and even attempted to embrace him. She behaved too differently from all the other humans he knew of, who only ever harassed and pushed him away.
Why are you so kind to me? To this beast, this murderer.
Bestia's sword slipped from his hand, hitting the hard floor with a metallic whine. When the sound died down, the white-haired girl extended her hands for the beast with the utmost of affability. Her fingers were white as freshly fallen snow, something this area never saw. They traced his distinctive frame. They ran along his unusually shaped nose. They slid across his rough, yellowed skin. They drifted around his rather small eyes. The beast trembled once more, this time not out of twisted desire from deep within, but from the unimaginable comfort of physical contact. Her fingers moved so gently, so pleasantly, wrapping him in their warmth. Are you crying? A A single teardrop slid down the arc of her finger. Looking into her clear eyes, Bestia came to a realization, and at the same time, he felt somewhat dismayed.
You are without sight.
Taken in the throes of his primal urges, the beast had not noticed, but there was an emptiness in the girl's eyes. She appeared to be gazing far into the distance, not focused on the man despite being close enough to touch him. Tears had begun running down Bestia's cheeks earlier, when she had called him a person, but it was not until one of those droplets had slid across the back of her finger that she had realized. She would indeed have no need of extravagant dresses. After all, she could not see what she was wearing. That is correct. I am blind. But whoever decided that reality is only that which can be seen? I know not what appearance I have. In the darkness, everything is as one. There is no difference between beast and man. If you are a beast, then I too must be a beast. To call the girl a beast would be paramount to eating sugar and insisting it was salt. Do pardon the trite analogy, please. But you know rather well, Master, that the white-haired girl was not at all what you would call a beast. Not simply in appearance, but all the way down to her core. There was nothing beastly about her. Her words brought him faint pain, but the beast still felt on some level that he wanted to keep her at his side to see what would happen. His next words were in large part impulsive.
I am grateful that you cannot see.
Without exception, everyone who had wandered into the mansion had lost their lives before the sun rose the next morning. She was the first visitor who had not met this fate. Over time, Bestia's madness gradually subsided. He even began to seem rather tame. You'd hardly believe it was the same beast who had once revelled in those perverse festivities. He was, I imagine, at a loss for how to behave. I too would be flustered in the constant presence of such beauty. But it was not just her appearance. She had said she wished to live with him, a beast who had committed countless atrocities. Perplexing indeed. What is the matter?
Do you honestly not fear me?
Do I appear to be afraid of you?
No. You do not. But you would. If you could see me, you would react the same as everyone else. You would mock me, you would despise me, you would want to kill me. You don't know what I've done, because you can't see. I enjoyed it. I basked in their terror. So why do I not want you to find out? I don't want you to know how many people I've tortured, how many I've slaughtered, how much blood I've imbibed, all the horrible things I've done. Horrible? I'm aware that what I've done is wrong, but I relished in it. I wanted for so long to slaughter them. I desperately desired to see blood, human blood. What is it I crave? Murder or laughter? I said that I had no need for peace, yet here I am.
Is something the matter?
No, some tea.
Oh, shall I make some? Are you thirsty?
No, I made some tea. It's probably cold by now. I thought you might want some. You don't?
No. I'll take it.
What are you laughing for?
because I'm happy.
Is it to your liking?
It's bitter. Their life together began quietly, their days without event. They had no extravagant meals. There were no swathes of guests lending life to the mansion's halls, but there was also no one screaming in fear for their life. It was the peaceful life Bestia had lost, and he had returned once more to that quiet realm. What's the matter?
You're always so quick to notice my presence.
My world is one of darkness, so I have a heightened sense of hearing.
What is it like? How do you perceive the world? I cannot imagine living in complete darkness.
Occasionally, I can see light.
Light?
Yes, not a radiant light like the sun, but a soft light floating in the darkness. Like a candlelight, I suppose.
That only perplexes me all the more. I find it difficult to understand what you are describing.
Is that so? It's difficult for me as well. I'm not sure how to explain it. But it's not complete darkness. I can sense your presence, for instance, and I can tell how windy it is from the way the windows vibrate. And also, I also feel as though I can sense the wavering of emotions. The candlelight begins to flicker erratically from fear, intense sorrow, or other similar emotions.
My emotions.
I do not know. Could be yours, and it could be mine. This mansion is a very peculiar place. The candlelight is always wavering, and yet it seems somehow stable. It makes me feel as though this is where I belong.
I don't think I understand. And I am a beast, and so I lack the intelligence.
But you,
I'm going to go hunting. Is there anything you would like?
whatever you would like. Alright then, if you find any fruit, that would be nice.
Fruit?
It's sour. You picked it before it was ripe.
I didn't know. Is that a bad thing? I don't know anything.
I cannot see, but if fruit is still green, you are not supposed to eat it yet. What color are these?
Green. No. Blue.
Shall I give you a hand preparing supper?
I cannot ask for help of someone who can't see. You'll hurt yourself.
Don't worry, I can tell, for the most part, where things are by touch and sound. Are you worried?
Worried. Worried. The thought of blood dripping down her finger doesn't excite me. What's going on? What
What on earth has happened to me?
If I appear to be in any danger of harming myself, please let me know. Then you have nothing to worry about. You do not seem any more comfortable in a kitchen than me.
She always cooks. Where did she go?
Huh?
She always comes when I call.
I had hidden myself away. Bestia had learned how to go about his daily life without my assistance, and the two of them had no need of others in their peaceful world. Oh my. What is the matter, Master? I was not lonely at all, no. It was an absolute pleasure simply watching them. I mean that. It was not my role to be at his side, nor was I the one to be at hers. If she could make Bestia into the master of the house, then my presence was unnecessary. I appear when I am needed, as I appeared to serve the flaxen-haired family. Nothing more. If they sought a servant, then I would show myself. Yes, certainly. After some time, they began to sleep in the same bed. Oh dear, no, not for the reason you are imagining, Master. You thought no such thing? Though they slept in the same bed, they did not lay together. They did so, it seemed, because they were more comfortable in the same place. The two acted more like family than lovers.
Hey. Hello. Are you asleep?
No. I am awake.
Is the candlelight wavering?
Right now, it is very calm.
I see. Say, tell me about your childhood.
What? Me?
Weren't you?
My childhood.
Yes. Yes. I have no such stories to tell. When I was a child, I lost everything. My mother, father, brothers, everyone. So
For as long as I can remember, I did not have a father. I lived alone with my mother, but I never felt like that was a bad thing.
Was she kind?
Yes, very. She was a compassionate woman. But we were poor, and because I cannot see, my mother was the only one who could work. She would be away for long stretches of time, supposedly because she served at a respectable house. I do not know whether or not that was true. Perhaps she was doing much more demanding work. I never asked. I believed not asking was best for her. From time to time, I would receive letters from her. Someone who lived nearby read them to me. The letters went something like this. Life in the mansion is difficult, but everyone treats me so well, and they say I do good work. I'll be back with more money soon, so you be a good girl. Other than that, she allegedly expressed concern for my health and safety, as well as repeatedly saying how much she loved me.
You have a good mother?
I did. Nearly everything I remember my mother saying to me was written in her letters. So much kindness and warmth.
Why do you not live with her now?
How did you end up here in the mansion?
Before long, she lost her life at her place of employment, and I was sent the money she had earned. It was, I imagine, enough to survive on. When my mother was alive, she often lamented my blindness. If only you could see, she would say, I could show you just how extraordinary this world is. So, I decided I would visit a renowned physician in order to fulfill my mother's dream. A physician in this country. However, upon examining me, he said that he could not restore my sight. Dejected, I was on my way back home when bandits attacked. They robbed me of the money I brought to pay for my treatment. I lost everything my mother saved for me, the money she gave her life to earn for me. I failed to repay her for anything she did, which cast a dark cloud over my heart. My world has always been wrapped in darkness, but at that moment, I was in the deepest abyss. There was not even a speck of light. I was at a complete loss. With nowhere to go, I simply wandered, no destination in mind. And that was when I miraculously arrived at this mansion. It was as if it had summoned me here.
You were being summoned by the mansion to fulfill my craving, but it didn't end up that way. I wonder if the mansion is disappointed. I see.
I apologize for not having a brighter tale to tell. I imagine you were hoping to hear joyful childhood memories.
No. Did they hurt you?
Pardon?
The bandits. When they attacked, were you hurt?
You are so compassionate.
I am no such thing. I am not compassionate.
I was perfectly fine. I took a few scratches, but nothing you need to worry about.
I see.
I believe
Hmm?
that I am happy now. I was unable to regain my sight, and I haven't the money to return home. But I believe I left in order to come here. Is your life right now happy?
I am terrified and volatile. I'm growing accustomed to this woman's comfort. I'm afraid of losing her. A beast should not have these feelings. A murderous beast. Take this.
What is...
It makes a good gift, supposedly. I was planning to throw it out when I learned that, but I couldn't. I felt like I was meant to give it to someone. That could only be you. It is a fake white rose.
a white rose accessory?
Do you not want it?
No, I do. I just, for some reason. Never mind. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Do you not desire more prey? But you were so hungry for blood before. I've had enough. I don't need any more. Although she is blind. No, because she is blind. She cannot see. She does not push me away. She is the only one willing to accept me, to be with me. So hard to please. You obtain peace, cast it aside, and pick it up once more. But you'll never be able to escape it completely. After all, you are enchanted by the pleasure murder brings. You have been for a very, very long time. This time I'm done. I won't kill anyone anymore. Being with her is far more satisfying than the joy killing brought me. To be with her is what I truly want. So very self-centered. You certainly are. Hey.
It was as though he was viewing a flashback. The sound of knocking echoed through the mansion, as it had the day the merchant came and brought the beast's short-lived peace crashing down.
What did I just tell you? I do not want any more prey. Stop this. Stop it. Don't bring me any more. I thought you were supposed to fulfill my desires. Why did the door open?
So funny. Thank you. As lovely as that is of you to say, you may not enjoy what we're about to see. Sword in hand, Bestia ran through the mansion's halls. He was overcome with fear. He had obtained the peace he so dearly wanted, and even found someone who did not fear him. He was terrified that the appearance of more prey would cause this all to crumble. If he spotted the prey, murdered them, and conceded to his madness, she might choose to leave him. As much as she claimed he was not hideous, if she witnessed him doing that.
Just chase them out. I'm done with this. My desire has changed.
However,
Why? Why?
Bestia shuddered in terror at the sight.
Stay back. Stay away from me.
He broke into a run. It was not, after all, helpless prey that had entered the mansion.
That thing is...
The monster's voice seemed to slither along the floors behind him. He felt as though if he were to turn around, it would be right there on top of him.
Why are you chasing me?
Bestia shouted with fear in his voice, uncharacteristic of the beast who had so readily slaughtered his prey. But can you blame him?
That's a bestia.
In that moment, I had an epiphany. I had assumed he had called himself Bestia, unaware of what the word meant.
A bestia other than me.
Bestia is not, in fact, a name. It is a word that means beast. Indeed, a second beast had come to the mansion.
Why are you chasing me? Are you here to kill me? Is it because I settled down? Because I wanted to stop being a beast?
Is something the matter? When the white-haired girl poked her head out of her bedchamber, Bestia was aghast. He frantically attempted to return her to her room.
You mustn't leave your room.
But as he was doing this, the horrifying creature. No, the beast's voice drew nearer.
Do not open this door for any reason. I will protect you. That's right. I don't want this peace destroyed. These tranquil days together with this woman, I will protect them. I will.
Trembling in fear, Bestia gathered his resolve. He pointed his sword, which until then had only been used to torment others, at the second beast. Now he would wield his blade to protect the person he cared about. This was the same beast who had killed, and killed, and killed to satisfy his own primal desires.
I will not let you destroy this. I will protect it from you.
From a rational point of view, the things he was saying and feeling were rather idealistic, but Bestia was desperate. He did not want to lose this peace. Before long, the beast, the one chasing him, appeared from within the darkness. Say, Master, if resolve was the only thing necessary for one to act courageously, would that not mean nearly anyone could become a hero? Bestia had viciously slaughtered so many people before. He had gathered the courage to protect the things he cared for, but now he was shaking. He did not gallantly bring his sword down upon the approaching beast. Instead, he trembled visibly from head to toe. He must have been quite terrified at the beast's appearance.
No. Stay away from me. Don't. Stay back.
Seeing Bestia so scared, I imagined the beast thought it a prime opportunity, for it slowly, ever so slowly, ambled toward him.
If I don't kill it, it will kill me. I have to kill it. 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 I have to kill it.
And that was the moment Bestia's mind ran off the rails of sanity.
Kill.
Well, he lifted his sword up above his head, facing the approaching beast. And ferociously swung it down upon his assailant. Again, and again, and again. Screaming horrifically at the top of his lungs. He continued swing after swing until the other beast had gone completely still. Before long, copious volumes of fresh blood stained the corridor. At some point, the other beast had stopped moving and sunken into a pool of its own lifeblood.
I did it. I did it. I killed it. I killed the other bestia.
Bestia had let his guard down, assuming he had claimed victory over the unmoving beast. I had not imagined either that the beast could still be alive after shedding so much blood.
Stay back.
The beast reached its hand out toward Bestia. It was determined to drag him down to the underworld, it seemed. Welcome, Raiders. I'm Bun. We are reading gothic horror violence today. Slowly sliding along the slippery floor, it dragged itself toward him. What brings you here? Thank you for the raid, Juvie. Goodness. It comes with some warnings. It's very not something I would read at the table. Thank you, though. Poor thing. Even on its last breaths, it continued reaching for Bestia, fixated on him. He kicked the beast's hand up into the air, staggering it, and then he... I'm glad you like it. I really enjoy this visual novel as well. Thank you. We are having a time. We are having a time. So vicious, this one. Rammed his blade down into it. Bestia's fear-stricken expression was hardly that of a knight who had just saved the maiden. Nevertheless, he had indeed eradicated the other beast. Oh. You come back again, okay? Promise me. I'll be waiting. Waiting. Believing that you'll return. I'll be waiting. It's about time for you to set off.
Indeed.
You take care out there. Don't eat anything funny and get yourself sick. Got it? Thank you for the sub, Potato King, with Prime. Golly, I sweats bullets. Welcome to Bunhell.
I'll be fine. I'm a tough one.
The more overconfident you are, the more you'll push yourself and risk getting hurt. Make sure you drink lots and lots of water, okay? Take care not to get heat stroke or sunstroke, okay?
You worry too much. Relax. I know how to take care of myself on the ship.
I know, but you never know what might happen. Thank you. Bun drink water again. Thank you for the... Oh, I'm sorry. Do I sound withered? Perhaps I'm withering. Thank you for the bun drink water. I actually did drink water. I want you to be in good health when I see you again.
I will be. Though I'll probably keep you waiting for a long time again.
I'll be waiting. Don't worry about me. I'll be waiting, I promise. Thank you for the bun stretch redeem. Everyone stretch. I managed to wait 1.5 years already, so I can handle this. Come back, okay?
You have my word.
Thanks. Safe travels. I refuse to believe that he could be dead. I have to find proof that somewhere out there, he's still alive and well. I have to find him. I have to prove it.
We have arrived at our destination, madam. Though I dearly wish I could assist you in your search, I have things to attend to during our stay.
No, don't worry yourself. I couldn't possibly impose on you any further.
Madam, Pauline, you mustn't put yourself in danger. Should anything happen to you, your mother would be devastated.
I wonder if Mom's mad. No, she's probably sad. Her sorrow is expansive as the Albufera wetlands, as deep as the ocean into which the sun sets, and it's all my fault. But don't worry, I'll be fine. As soon as I have certainty of his well-being, I'll go straight home. Me and him, together.
Pauline, your lovers.
I have faith in him. He would never break a promise to me. He's always come back to me, no matter how long it took. A man like that wouldn't just suddenly disappear on me. It's been a mistake, and I have to prove it. I have to be the one to do it, because he'll remain gone unless I see it with my own eyes.
I wonder who you inherited your stubbornness from.
What?
Nothing. An acquaintance of mine lives in this village. I shall be staying with him. I'll let him know about you. He should gladly welcome you into his home.
Thank you, Orlando. You've been such a big help.
Pauline.
Hmm?
1 month. You search for 1 month, and if you haven't found him, you come home with me. Will you promise me that? You are her only daughter.
Okay.
Good. To tell you the truth, I regret bringing you with me. What I should have done is drag you back home. But I couldn't bear to see you like that, Pauline. It was like I was looking at her when she was younger.
Orlando.
Anyway, 1 month. Understood?
Yes. Don't worry. A month will be plenty. I will find him before the month is up. Sleepy seaside village is on the small side, but from what I've been told, it used to have a flourishing fishing industry. Now, though, it's like there's a fog hanging over everything. That's not too surprising, I suppose. A few months ago, the village was part of a war for control of the country, and they're now under a different rule than before. Stripped of their independence and battered by the raging tempest of war, the people's spirits have been eroded, and spiritual damage is not so easily mended. Even if they were not physically harmed, there are deep wounds in their hearts. It's a lovely village, though. The breeze feels different than it does back home. Beneath it all, I'm sure the people are actually quite friendly and cheerful. A long, long time ago, I went on a trip to a land in the south. This country is quite a bit south of mine, too. People blessed with lots of sunlight are bound to be warm at their core. Say, Orlando.
Yes?
May I take a look around the village?
I don't see why not. The sun's still up. I'll need some time to catch up with my acquaintance, so I suppose this is as good an opportunity as any. Do you know where to find me, madam?
Yes, you go down that way, turn at the second crossroad, follow it straight for a while, cross over to the other side, and it's right there. Right?
Are you sure you can find it?
Don't worry.
Alright then. You're planning to stay within the village today, right? I'll see you in a little bit then. If you get lost, give me a holler.
As much as you may insist otherwise, you really do care, Orlando.
I feel bad enough as it is. Please don't take advantage of me.
I think I might take full advantage of this. Thanks. See you in a bit. What's he doing out here all alone, I wonder? There's no one else around. I wonder if something happened. Would it seem odd if I tried talking to him? I wouldn't want to get labeled as suspicious on my first day here. That's asking for trouble. But the boy stands all alone on the shore, looking somehow precarious, as though a breeze might whisk him away into a million grains of sand. And if I look away, he won't be there when I turn back. That's how the boy appears to me. You never know until you try. Besides, it's important for me to communicate with the natives. I've got to build trust with the people of this village. Let's go. Good afternoon. What are you doing out here all alone, little man? By force of habit, I spoke in my native tongue. How dense can you be, Pauline? You may have just been talking to Orlando, but that's no excuse. This isn't your homeland. But everything's all right. I studied the language, so I should be able to hold a simple conversation. You don't need to be afraid of me. My name is Pauline. I'll be staying in your village for a while. Nice to meet you. Do you not understand me? My name is Pauline. What is your name, little man?
Dreadful.
What? You just called me dreadful.
That's one hell of an accent you've got. Who are you? A bandit? What are you here for?
No, I'm not a bandit, I promise. I stammered.
Atrocious.
There's no need to be so mean. I put in a pretty good effort, I thought. You could at least compliment me instead.
God awful.
That's not nice.
What's a foreigner doing in this remote corner of the world? Sightseeing our little village? Sure got a lot of time on your hands.
I do not. I'm very busy. You're a little obnoxious, aren't you? You're supposed to treat your elders with respect, you know?
Like I give a damn, lady. You're older, but you're acting way more like a kid than me.
My name isn't Lady, it's Pauline. Pauline.
And? What are you here for?
Completely ignored. I am, here to look for someone. There are rumors that he was last seen around here. Have you by chance seen any other foreigners around?
Hell if I know.
He just won't let me in. I've got to befriend him first. Of course he's going to be guarded if I just start throwing questions at him. Alright, so you haven't seen him. Then why don't you tell me about yourself? What are you doing out here?
Is that any of your business, lady?
A boy's out here at the beach all alone. Wouldn't that make you curious? Don't you have any friends? Maybe he's one of those kids who doesn't have any? Say, if you don't mind, could we be friends? I'm not really familiar with the area, so it'd be nice to have someone with me. What do you say?
I don't need any damn friends. And who the hell would be dumb enough to say, sure, I'll be your friend to someone they just met?
How are you so jaded? You need to be more courteous, kinder to others, not so antagonistic. I just thought it would be nice if we could talk a bit. That's all I want, really.
How about you quit being so damn nosy, lady? It just so happens I like being alone. Ugh, I've got some strange woman ruining my alone time. I'm out of here.
Hey, wait a second. He's gone. This is going to be really, really hard. Poor thing. Master. Ah, you've returned to me. You suddenly started staring off into the distance. I was quite startled. Now let us continue our tale. The mansion's corridor was a horrifically repulsive mess. Splatters of fresh beast blood covered the walls, and there was a repugnant odor. Anyone would be compelled to avert their eyes at the sight. What happened here?
I am grateful that you cannot see, because you would certainly think me a beast if you were able to see this. Because you cannot see. You do not know what I look like. But I know. Another beast like me broke into the mansion.
Was it?
I protected you. Did I not? I protected you. Say that I protected you. That I did this for you.
In his hysteria, Bestia tore down the curtains hanging on the hallway window. Blood-stained curtains that reeked of dead beast.
I...
What did he have to be so afraid of, though? He had exterminated the other beast encroaching upon his territory. I would understand if he had puffed his chest in pride, but... Far from that, his terror merely intensified. Calm down. The white-haired girl extended her hand for Bestia, but even her gentle, lovingly outstretched fingers evoked fear in his eyes. Also, timing-wise, I would actually like to finish this entire chapter today, but I fear that won't happen because I know it's quite long. So we'll do our best to get a bit further, I think. And nodding, I would appreciate if you could forget the first half hour of the stream. How far are we? Maybe halfway through? Instinctively, he feared anything that entered his territory, and then attempted to remove it. And driven by those instincts, he shoved aside the white-haired girl, the one he had said he wanted to protect. Ah! Being without sight, she had no way of reliably catching her balance, and she fell to the floor with a splash, for she had landed in the pool of blood left by the beast. Red seeped into her clothing, slowly spreading through the fabric. At first, it looked like she had fallen into a puddle of fresh, bright dye, but before long the red darkened into a brownish black.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
It's okay. I'm fine. She embraced the panicking beast, softly whispering shh, as if trying to calm a crying baby. Though Bestia was taller and physically stronger, the white-haired girl was emotionally more stable than he. What has you so frightened? Please, tell me. I promise I will not look down on you for any reason. All I want is to free you from the depths of your suffering. Sometimes, talking about things can lighten the burden they place on you. We have the ability to use words, both you and me. With language, the gift God bestowed upon man, we can communicate our feelings with one another. It's all right. Don't be afraid. Talk to me, please.
Am I a man? You act as though I am a man. No, you treat me like one.
I cannot see you as anything else, as I have said before.
Only because you cannot see me. You are the only one who says I am a man. You who are without sight. But I was content with that. You treated me like a man, and so I felt as though I had become one. The time I spent with you, I had real peace. I almost forgot that I was a wretched beast. I no longer sought after prey. Prey? Oh, yes. Before you arrived, I murdered dozens of humans. I didn't want you to know that I was such a sinful creature, leaving a long trail of bodies in my wake. But I thought that if I didn't show them my strength, if I didn't force them into submission, that I would never find peace. I was drunk with power. I took great pleasure in it, in slaughtering people.
The fear was so overwhelming that you turned the act of killing into one of gratification. You did it to protect yourself.
Are you still not going to condemn me?
Taking another's life is wrong. Not only does it rob them of their time on this earth, it inflicts great wounds upon those who care about them. However, I do not regard you as a mere beast, nor as a mere murderer. Something made you the way you are. I am almost certain of it.
Something?
Tell me about yourself. In your words, from your mouth. Tell me.
When I woke up, I was weak, exhausted, emaciated. I couldn't think clearly or even remember much of anything. I was thirsty, hungry, sore from head to toe. A crowd of people surrounded me.
You.
This was a long time ago. Well, not so long as to be described as long ago, but it is as far back as my past goes. I sought help from the people around me, but my words did not get through to them. The only thing that came from my mouth were feral howls. They scowled at me and then... Stinking gross. I have no interest in any more trouble. Shall we kill it? Never seen anyone like this before. What is he, anyway? Beats me a bestia by the looks of it. Bestia. 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 I didn't understand what they were saying about me. All I could pick up was the word bestia. The humans brought sticks and fishing poles with which they poked and prodded me. At first, they probably meant only to chase me out, but before long, their actions began to escalate. Bestia. Bestia. Filthy beast. We ain't got nothing for you. Dirty, nasty thing. Stay back.
Hit it. Pound it.
He's feeling it. Beat it. Beat the thing. Kill it. Kill it. Why? Why should I have to die? I was simply asking for help. If they didn't have food to spare, a glass of water would have been enough. I asked for nothing of them but some relief from my thirst. But the humans would not hear my pleas. My words reached no one's ears. When they brought weapons and started chasing me around, attempting to kill me, all I could do anymore was run. And as I fled, I saw something. A child, pointing to a wild dog covered in mud and shouting, "Bestia." That was when I finally understood that I was a beast. And that was why the humans wanted to exterminate me. I was neither cattle, nor swine, nor fowl of the air, but a vicious beast, the kind of creature that ravaged their fields. And so,
You sought to prove your superiority to them, so you would never have to be called a beast, or chased out of somewhere again.
I was so close to forgetting it all. The time I spent with you was truly wonderful. I could forget about people calling me a beast, chasing me around and trying to kill me. I could forget about slaughtering them, painting the walls with their blood. I could forget about everything. It felt like I'd actually become a man. But then it showed up. Another beast like me. It was my kin. A different individual, though, built differently than me. I am taller than it was. But it was a beast. And I, too, must be a beast.
Regardless, I will continue to insist you are not, as many times as I must. Should you be troubled by these painful memories, and attempt to cause someone harm again, I will be there to remind you of your humanity. Is that which you can see with your eyes, the whole of the world? I cannot see you, that is correct, but I can feel you, sense you, hear you, and I can learn what you bear within your heart. You worry, you fear, and you think, and you also show concern for me. These things all prove that you are human.
This woman, she really is going to change me. If I remain with her, I can become a man. It might be no more than an illusion, but with her near, it can become my reality.
Have you calmed yourself down some?
The hole needs to be cleaned.
So it does.
I'll take care of it. You don't need to worry. You should get changed, though.
Very well. I believe I care so much for you. Because you resemble me.
We are not alike in the slightest. As I've said, you are a beautiful woman.
You may compliment my appearance, but no one else ever did. I have been labeled a witch because of the color of my eyes and hair. My eyes, they're red.
A beautiful shade of red, indeed. A magnificent color, like blood.
You're the first person to say that about them. Even my mother said my eyes frightened her. Because people called me a witch, I was rarely afforded the opportunity to interact with others. So I grew up mostly alone. As the people outside this mansion called you a beast, so too do the people outside call me a witch. See, we are alike. Do I look like a witch to you?
No. You are a beautiful, compassionate, human woman.
And you are a human man, even if you don't believe it yourself. Yet again, Bestia found himself feeling grateful for the white-haired girl's blindness. For while he had just managed to put on a smile, tears were also rolling down his cheeks. Joy, bitterness, sorrow, a maelstrom of emotions flowed and bounded from within, but he cried in silence. Bestia shed his tears discreetly, so as to not allow the white-haired girl to notice. He looked down upon the floor. A single corpse lay there, and no matter how hard he tried, he could not see it as anything other than a beast that looked just like him. How are you all finding the chapter so far? 2.5 hours in, all of my nonsense included. He came from a faraway land across many seas. There was never any guarantee that we would see each other again, but I still believed that no matter how great the ocean that divided us, we were bound by our love. The only thing that needed stand between us was physical distance. I wonder if he's here yet. How do you say this, actually? How do you pronounce this word? It's the merchant. I might go look it up. I don't look up other things. Funny. Nodding. Naruhodo. Sorry. Highly inappropriate. Let's hear it. Eh? Name tier. Yeah, I looked it up and I got Miffy. That's kind of nice. Hello, my little Miffy. My little name tier. It's cute. Bun. Bun being bun. Sorry, back on task.
Hello, my little name tier. What has you so out of breath?
Don't scare me like that. And where did you pick up a word like name tier? I never took you for someone so pretentious.
I'm sorry.
You just looked so much like a rabbit there, the way you were tossing your head back and forth, looking around for me.
You named here something you call a child. And I'm not a little girl anymore.
I'm sorry, really. Don't be so mad, Pauline.
I'm not mad at all. It's been 1.5 years. We finally get to see each other again.
That we do.
Did you have any trouble out at sea? Did you fall ill or get caught in a storm or run into any kind of danger at all?
No, there was no trouble. Everything went fine, without incident. The sea god was watching over us, I suppose.
Thank goodness. I was so worried. But you kept your promise. You came back for me.
And you kept yours and waited for me.
Of course I did. I trust you and I don't mind waiting.
Even so, 18 months must have been a long time for you.
It was.
It felt long to me as well. Every day I would picture your face, recall the sound of your voice. But over time, I began to lose surety. It absolutely terrified me. Is that what you actually looked like? Is this truly the sound of your voice?
You mean you almost forgot?
Not at all, Pauline. I was afraid that, in my profound love for you, my mind had created its own image. That perhaps my adoration had grown so strong that it turned you into a transcendent beauty like Cleopatra herself.
You must have made some unseemly friends. You were never this much of a sweet talker. I bet you're disappointed, though. Look at me, a homely woman you could find anywhere.
For some reason, I find myself in a teasing mood. Please have mercy, or I am liable to lose your affection. What I'm trying to say is that being here with the real you, putting my hands in yours, listening to you speak, and seeing you be, well, you, Pauline, is so much more wondrous than anything I imagined. And right now, I am feeling that stronger than ever.
You seem to have found yourself a way with words. He really does have a way with words. In a way that is a stark contrast to our restless guy Mel. Our restless buddy. I imagine you had plenty of time to practice on other women. Goodness, fiend.
Fiend? That's not terribly convincing with your cheeks the color of wine.
They are not. God!
Hey now, don't throw a fit.
The only one who can put me in such high spirits with a few simple words.
Did you say something?
Me? No, not a thing. Say, since you're finally back, how about we take a walk around town? You've taken care of all your work for the time being, right? So you can spare some time for me?
Absolutely, Pauline. As much as time allows, I will spend it with you. As much as time allows.
There's still no trace of him. It's been a week and I've found nothing, considering my time limit that needs to change fast. But... excuse me. Have you seen this man? This is a drawing of what he looks like.
Sorry, never seen him.
Even the smallest piece of information helps. If you've heard about anyone who might have seen him...
I said I haven't seen him, so I...
Sorry.
So I don't know what to tell you. I'm a busy woman. Would you mind moving aside?
Sorry. I was told that my lover, lost his life out on work. But I don't believe it. They haven't shown me a body, so their information has to be an error. I have to be the one to find him, to prove he's still alive. I have to follow his tracks. I've heard word that remnants of his ship drifted ashore near this village. So if he survived, he must be somewhere nearby. I'm certain of it, but I haven't been able to find any information of the sort. The villagers aren't being very cooperative. They're all just as reserved as the day I arrived. Rather, I get the feeling they want to stay as far away from trouble as they can. No matter what I ask, I can't get a straight answer from anyone. Everyone's still closed off because of the war, I guess. I don't have time for people to be glum, though. It's that boy. He's at the shore again. Always alone.
God have mercy, you again? What are you doing here?
And always so callous. I came to get sentimental and watch the sunset.
Oh, original.
What does it matter if I visit the seashore? The ocean doesn't belong to anyone. If I'm such a bother, then you're free to leave like last time.
You sure are cheeky for an outsider. I know the rest of the village isn't being all that cooperative.
No.
That's what this place is like now. Closed off. It's not kind to outsiders. Are you really going to be able to keep up the search with the entire town stonewalling you?
Yes, I will. I won't give up for any reason. I have to find him to bring him home with me.
Lady, you won't.
My name isn't Lady. It's Pauline. Pauline.
Lady is
Pauline.
Pauline. Is this person you're looking for still alive?
He is. He has to be.
Is that so? Well, have fun with that. I doubt you're going to get any help, though.
Oh, he really left. Don't lose heart, Pauline. If you lose faith as easily, you'll never find him. He is alive. Isn't he? He is alive. I have faith. I believe. Oh, I thought you left.
Take it. You're ruining the scenery pacing around on the beach.
Is this an orange? They grow pretty large here, huh?
Yeah, the oranges around these parts are pretty good. People used to come out here just to buy them, in fact.
And you went to get one just for me?
I just want to get rid of you. Once you finish that, get lost, alright?
Thanks. I appreciate it. You're not so bad after all.
Like I said, this isn't me being nice or anything.
Oh, there you go again. Yeah, I've got you all figured out, little man. You're actually a very sweet boy. And you were really trying to cheer me up, weren't you?
Harvey.
What?
My name. It's not little man, it's Harvey.
Alright then. Javier it is?
No, not Javier, just Harvey.
I don't see what the big deal is, but okay. Say, Javi, I really think we should be friends.
What?
Come on, let's be friends. Don't say you don't need any. You can make me friend number 1. We'll have lots of fun.
You just want to use me in your search because you can't get the villagers to talk on your own.
No, I mean it. Really.
You're wasting your time. I'm just as much trouble for them as you. Using me isn't going to get you anywhere.
Trouble? Well, what do you mean by that, Javi?
Nothing you need to know, lady. Bye. And stay away from the shore.
Hold on a second.
What?
Pauline.
Ah.
My name isn't Lady. It's Pauline. Listen to me, Javi. I have no intention whatsoever of using you. I enjoy talking to you, and I think it'd be fun if I could do it more. That's why I want to be friends. I can find you here at the beach, right? I'll be back, Javi. You won't change my mind. I will make you my friend, Javi.
What the hell, lady? Did you hear a word I said? I don't need any damn friends. I'd stay away from the beach.
Nope, you will be my friend.
Ain't happening.
Wait, Javi! See you again! I'm not kidding, I will come back! I had actually at first been thinking that it would be easier to get information if I could make friends with someone in the village. But that orange Javi gave me when I was sad and lonely and hurting was so amazingly fresh and delicious. More than any orange I've ever had before. It was almost as though Javi's kindness was seeping directly into my mouth. I'm sure we'll be able to get along. I want to be his friend. Time is the only thing moving forward in my search. Some days, I would ask my mum's friend, Orlando, to accompany me on trips outside the village. But no matter where I go, I just hear the same thing. The view of the ocean always keeps me from getting too dejected. It's an unimaginably huge chasm that keeps us apart. But at the same time, there's something beautiful about the way the sea encompasses the entire world. The emerald expanse. It simultaneously robs me of him and soothes my heart with its stunning brilliance. Perhaps I feel such awe and admiration for it because I was born along the seaside. He's not here today? Javi? Are you there? That's odd. I can always find him here. Hey, Javi, where did you go? Oh, there she goes. Yeah!
Holy. I can't believe you fell for that.
Pitfall? That's not very nice, Javi. Why would you do that to me?
Because you won't stop following me around. You have any idea how annoying that is?
That doesn't mean you have to do something so cruel.
Maybe now you'll learn your lesson and stay away from the beach.
Jack.
Hey. Wait. Hey. Don't cry.
Just kidding. I'm not crying.
Come on, you were fake. You tricked me?
You played the first mean prank, Javi. You really scared me there.
I kept telling you to stay away. It's your fault for constantly refusing to listen. I'm surprised you haven't gotten bored yet. You must have a lot of time on your hands.
I most certainly do not have a lot of time. My deadline for how long I can be here is quickly approaching. But I'll just get depressed if I spend all that time searching. If I can have some fun with you, Javi, I'll have more energy.
Fun, huh? So you still haven't found him?
No.
You don't even know if the guy's alive or dead. Just... forget it. I'm out of here.
Hold on a sec. Oh, sorry, I missed that.
Come on, you're not going to fool me again.
No, I'm not joking around. I really... It looks like I twisted my ankle. But I'll be just fine. Don't worry about me.
Wait there. Come on, let me see your foot.
Alright.
Ankle's swollen. At least learn to land properly.
What? You're going to blame me when you're the one who dug the hole?
No one's ever gotten hurt in a trap that basic. At least none of my friends ever did.
Wait, I thought you didn't have friends, Javi.
Shut your damn mouth. I'm going to bandage your ankle.
Oh, I see. You went to get a bandage for me. Thank you.
It was my fault anyway. Swap it out for a real bandage when you can. I'm sure your acquaintance has some.
Really? It looks just fine to me.
This filthy thing isn't suitable for someone like you, lady.
Pauline.
Quit that.
What do you mean, not suitable?
Do I have to explain everything? You're from a pretty well-off country, aren't you? Pauline. Well, compared to that, this is a poor village. We don't... We don't even have clean bandages to spare. Just gross scraps of cloth like this. It's not something you should be wearing.
You think so? But you gave it to me, Javi. I won't be changing it anytime soon. Tell me, Javi, do you not like this village?
The only thing this place has going for it is the ocean.
The ocean?
It's the one thing that doesn't change no matter what. It's always beautiful.
I see. You like the ocean too, Javi?
I just don't have anything else to like.
Oh, there you go again. I've got an idea. Javi, Javi!
What now?
A rowboat! I want to take a ride in a rowboat! Would anyone get mad if we borrowed the one tied up over there for a little bit?
I doubt anyone would care if it's just for a little. Can you row though, lady?
You'll do the rowing, Javi.
Why me?
What's the big deal? The water is mostly calm today. I think a little walk on the sea would be lovely.
Can you call that a walk?
Sure you can. Come on, let's go. Give me a hand, Javi.
You're one cheeky outsider.
The breeze feels different on the water than it does on the beach, wouldn't you say?
You think so? All the same to me.
No, it's definitely different. The smell of salt is stronger. and there's more moisture in the air. It's kind of like someone gently caressing your cheek.
I'm not getting any of that. You are way too perceptive, lady.
Am I? Close your eyes, Javi, and feel the breeze. I bet you'll get what I'm saying. Go on, close your eyes.
No, I'm not going to.
What? Why not?
I just don't want to do what you tell me.
Oh, no need to be petty.
The sea is not always so kind. The hand that's gently caressing your cheek can, in the blink of an eye, become the wrinkled hand of a witch that destroys everything it touches. The ocean is a scary thing. It's nothing we humans have any chance of standing up against.
You're right. And I know it very, very well. The man I'm searching for was in a shipwreck. I was told it killed him, but I refused to believe he would just leave me behind like that. Sometimes, on a whim, the wrinkly witch might have mercy.
I'm not so sure about that.
I trust in the sea's gentleness. I don't think it's all scary. The soft breeze, these calm waves. Welcome, Raiders. I am Bun. We are reading something quite hellish, except not right now. They saved him. I'm sure of it. He loved the ocean too, you know. He was always looking far into the distance out across the water. His head held high, a stern, unwavering look in his eyes.
I'm assuming he's your lover.
Yes, he's very dear to me and I love him deeply.
I see.
He was really fond of the sea by my hometown.
You live in a decent town, huh?
Yep, it's wonderful. It's so peaceful, and everyone's so nice. There's not a single bad person living there. Oh, I know. Javi, you should come visit my hometown sometime.
Visit your home?
Yeah, the ocean there is really pretty, too. The colors are a little deeper than they are here. It's like so many jewels sparkling in the light. I'm sure you'll love it, Javi. I'd love for you to come and visit. We can go see all sorts of things. There's this shop that sells great ham sandwiches.
I don't have the money for a trip.
Maybe not now, but you could in the future. Or if you're interested at all, I could ask Orlando to bring you back with us, Javi. If you don't want to stay here, that is.
Along with the guy you're looking for?
Yep, I'm sure he'd be happy to have you along. Give it some thought. You would enjoy it, I'm sure.
You sound like a child. Nothing. I doubt I could even get permission to leave.
Permission? Oh, right. Are your parents pretty strict, Javi?
No. They're dead. Both my mum and dad. They were murdered. So I'm staying with an acquaintance. They try to work me like a horse, though, so I sneak out here when I get the chance.
Was it in the war?
The war? What are you talking about, lady?
Wasn't this country involved in a war not too long ago?
There was a war, yes, but no soldiers ever reached this. No soldiers ever reached this village. who was the beast.
Beast?
Yes, the beast. He showed up one day and destroyed everything. The peace, my family, my friends, merchants and travelers visiting the village. Everyone and everything. He slaughtered everything and then he disappeared. That man, that bestia, destroyed everything. He's a murderous beast. The whole village is terrified of him. They go through their days like lifeless dolls enveloped in this storm cloud of terror.
Bestia. A murderous beast. So the grim air hanging in the village isn't because of the war? It's because a beast has been killing people? A beast? Why would... But... Hey, Harvey, you said there were merchants and travelers visiting the village. Can you describe them for me?
There were all sorts. Like one who stopped by on the road to somewhere else. And an international trader on his way to purchase goods.
Yabe! 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 Our guy! Our guy is about to let loose. I don't know if I want to read this right now. I was about to call it on stream, but shall we get through this one last part? This extremely yabe part. All I can say is that this entire situation is extremely yabaide. It's extremely yabas. Okay. We'll make this the last part, shall we? We've been here a while. Gotten a good bit red.
Water. I just need some water. Just some water. Will they attack me again? If I ask, they look like they were open to requests. No, they tried to kill me. They almost killed me. They threw stones and did more than that. Bombs and knives and sticks, and I don't know things I didn't even recognize. They hit me with them. They tried to kill me. They looked like they were going to kill me. I almost died. I'm on the verge of death even now. My throat is so... It hurts. No, I don't feel pain anymore. It burns. Does it burn? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything. I'm so thirsty. Water. I just need water. Will they not even give me any water? Why? Why not? Because I'm a bestia. Because I'm a beast. Because I don't need to live. Because I don't deserve to live. Are beasts meant to die? Am I meant to die? I'm thirsty. My stomach is probably empty too. I don't know anymore, but I'm hungry. So very hungry. I can't take it. I can't take it. I can't take it. I can't take it. Water. I just need water. Just some water. What
must I do to get some water from that village? Well, I can find a well. There has to be a well. I know what that is. I know what a well is. What else do I know? Nothing. I have no memories. I have nothing. I'm a beast. A newborn beast. What is this? Spirit. It's red. Feels red. There was something, there is something. Something I know. I know this. This is mine. It must be, it's mine. I know this, it's mine. I know how to use it, how to touch it, how to hold it, how to swing it. I know what this is, what to do with it, what it's for. I know that with this I can fight on equal footing with them. A beast. Beast, I'm a beast. Beasts are meant to be ridiculed, to be hated, to be resented, to die. But I want to live, which means I've only one option. Only one way. Only one. With this, I must overthrow those who tormented me. I can do that. Water, food, I can get that. I can get anything.
Who could that be at this time of night? Who's there?
You shouldn't answer it. It's probably a beggar or something. These are dangerous times.
You're right. How unpleasant a world we live in, that we should have to fear for our lives in this little village.
Unpleasant indeed. I hope things go back to how they used to be soon enough. Just don't give up. Who's there? You're not coming in without identifying yourself.
This is rather strange.
What's going on, Dad? Did the noise wake you? There's nothing to worry about, son. Go back to bed. It'll quiet down soon. The door! What's... Avi! Look away! Why is the best... Run! You hear me? Go out the back door and let everyone know. Shout as loud as you... What is this? What's going on? Why? This blood? Why? Can't be... What the... How did this... Why? Why? Mom! Dad! The bestie. Why would she...
What's the matter? You sound like you're in pain. Would you like me to fetch you some water?
Water? Don't touch me! Keep your hands off me.
Not a particularly restful sleep, I take it?
You... Where are you hiding? Why did you disappear? You were always around before. Show yourself. Show yourself immediately. Where are you? Show yourself.
And if I did, what would you do then? Kill me? You thirst for blood, to instill fear, to live in the face of your desire. Others' lives are meaningless. That's the kind of man you are. Or do you instead, do you intend to pretend that you never did anything of the sort?
Shut up! Shut up! I couldn't help it. I wanted to live. I didn't want to die.
Yes, yes, indeed. That's the kind of man you are. You'll kill for your own sake. You'll kill a child's mother and father as he stands there watching.
They tried to kill me first. Wolf, the entire village.
Calm yourself. Who are you speaking to? Please, get a hold of yourself.
Silence! Stop talking. Keep your hands off me. I'll kill you too. I'm a beast who will kill anyone.
Calm down. It's all right. Everything's all right. It's all right.
I'm a beast. Beasts kill, and so I kill.
Breathe slower. I will not harm you. You will not harm me. It's all right. Put your arms around me. See for yourself that I am not afraid of you. This is brilliant. What are you clinging on to this woman for? Is that the only way you can maintain your grip on yourself? It would be so much easier if you simply accepted the fact that you're a beast. You've always been one, haven't you? And a beast cultivate love like a human, weep in sorrow like a human. No, they cannot. It's utterly ridiculous.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
It's all right. I'm right here. I'm right here.
Can I trust you?
Of course. This little facade will be over soon enough. It will end at that woman's hands. Because that's what she's here for. To crush your soul into tiny pieces. Well, wasn't that exciting? Sorry to make you guys stick around for the bloodshed. But what a time it has been for our guy the Beast, and also for everyone he has come into contact with since the beginning of this chapter. Incredible. That's very kind of you. Very kind of you to say. I'm just reading. I think that we can probably finish the chapter next time around, which would be good timing wise because that's how we cleaned up the first one as well. What does everyone think of the story so far? It is as much as I like this chapter, there's so many challenges to putting it to voice that I felt very sorry in knowing that I wouldn't be able to do it justice myself. Nonetheless, so kind. Oh, I'm glad that you are enjoying the reading streams. I'm very grateful if you pass eyes and ears over them more than once. Or, stick around to listen to more. And also grateful to the folks who raided. We have Sango and also Juby. Really kind. Although you know, you just come in and it's murder and terror and more murder. The story has been quite intriguing. It is. It really is a very intriguing story. I think that among visual novels, people do praise this one highly. And now that I have read through it myself, you know, I agree with them, which is why I'm hoping to continue sharing it with you. I dare say that this chapter 2, or rather door 2, I had a lot of qualms about trying to put it to voice because I can't scream in my house. And there's so many parts that I feel would be much enhanced if I were able to, you know, howl like a wolf into the microphone. But if you guys are okay to be nerfed by volume and in general not be able to hear that sort of performance, then I hope you will stick around to experience more of the house in Fata Morgana. Thank you for the kind words. Blessed to hear your voice, not at all. I am as dry as a well, and crusty like a corpse laid by the beast. When the chapter is over, there will be an explanation given for why we see and hear him portrayed with, you know, with the X's and also with the interesting visual sprite. Everything will be revealed. Nods. I'm sorry that there are continued delays between times to read and also some inconsistencies as well, but I'm fine with how loud you are. Well, I am not, because I wish I could howl into the mic like a wolf when it is required. I think it would add that little bit more something. But I will have to settle for a slightly subpar volume. Even raising my voice a little is, I honestly think that it's okay for me to do, but I just don't feel good about it, I suppose. Maybe someday I'll have some soundproofing done. Maybe someday. That would be nice. But until then, I wonder if I have anything else to tack in about the game. I don't think I had anything in particular to add. I do apologize, if anything, for my more sporadic appearances and my continued Fata Morgana-ing, but I kind of want to share a little bit more. At the very least, if we could get through the first 3 doors, I think it would give you guys enough reason to check it out, make house. I'm very grateful that there are folks still willing to hear me scream murder despite it all. It's a bit bewildering, but thank you all for joining me today. Thank you always. Thank you to any raiders who decided to stick around, even though there might not be anyone there. And I suppose also thank you to Zero, who put on flower eyes and they stayed for 3 hours, but no. No, thank you for joining me today, listening to me read my nonsense. This game is great. If you can check it out for yourself, I do recommend it. But if for some reason you are enjoying experiencing it alongside Bun, then I will do my best not to disappoint. Thank you, everyone. And I will see you hopefully sooner rather than later. Once again, happy North Canterbury anniversary. A public holiday that I'm sure no one else is getting. Wishing you well.